Good evening. And yes, I'm really actually streaming right now. Um, which might be a surprise to some of you because I've been strangely absent so far this year. As you know, came back a few weeks ago from usual, a longer than planned hiatus for the move, and I came back. I did two streams. We did a couple of Lego sets, but I did two streams. And I said I was going to be more regular, and then it was Purim season, and my brother and I volunteered on to work tech at our temple's annual Purim Spiel production. First time I ever did community theater since leaving orchestra almost a decade ago, so it was kind of a big deal. So I was busy for a week, and then the past 2 weeks we've been spending a lot of time back at the apartment getting things ready because this weekend we're finally going to move the rest of the furniture. The big piano for upstairs, that's not the one you're going to see on stream. That's the one that I used to do piano practices from before moving out of the Baltimore house a few years ago. That's been in storage and it's finally coming here. We're getting shelves and a few other pieces of furniture that remained behind. Some things from the kitchen. So it's been busy. But tonight is March 10th, which means it's Mario Day. And I try to do Mario stuff on the channel for Mario Day. So I've gone into my Lego backlog. And I actually finally got a chance to order the sets from the last August's Mario wave. There was no new January wave of Mario sets, unfortunately. So I think new Mario sets might actually be done. But I have seven, including tonight, I have seven Mario streams left in the queue. We have two Mario Kart streams, three boss level streams, including tonight's, and two world level themed streams. So we've got seven Mario streams left in the queue that we'll probably knock out between now and the end of summer. Um, let's go to the camera and I'll show you what I got tonight. This one's a cool one. So for Mario Day itself, I thought I wanted to do one of the big sets that's still in my Mario queue. This is the original version of Bowser's Castle way back from the very first Lego Mario wave in it was 2020 or 2021 when Lego Mario first started coming out. And pretty much every wave has been like one big set and a couple of smaller level and scenario sets. This was the very first Lego Mario boss battle set way back in the very first Lego Mario release, whenever that was, years ago. So you'll notice when we open it up and we take out the paper instructions, it's just a quick start guide. I do have the PDF instructions ready to go as always. You can see it's a big box. It doesn't fit on my table. It doesn't fit in the camera. That's why I laid it down like this so you can see the whole picture. Like all the Bowser castles and vehicles, the building is shaped to look like him. You can see here we do get a Bowser figure, and we've built regular Bowser way back on my very first Lego Mario stream back when we only had the Peach figure. And we also did the dry Bowser variant. And we actually have Bowser in this set, and Bowser's actually in one other set that's still in the build queue. So it's not that hard to get Bowser if you're doing a Lego Mario collection. You can see in terms of other characters, we're also going to get a Boo, we're going to get a Dry Bones, and we're going to get a Lava Bubble. So a nice assortment of enemies. No Goomba army to build on today. I think we pretty much did all the Goombas. There may be one or two left in the sets left in my build queue. And then basically a bunch of castle structure, this big Bowser statue, some lava. That's what we got to do. That's what we've got to build today. So it's 1,000 pieces. We're going to be together for a few hours. So let's get this thing open and get started. So you can see because it's a big box, it does. Oh, I gotta show you the back of the box. I always show the back of the box. And let me just look at it myself real quick. This shows some of the play features. Looks like some of the towers have interactions. And Mario's not the only interactive Lego element anymore. We now also have the Smart Play sets just got introduced with Star Wars, and apparently we're getting some Pokemon ones over the summer. Smart Play is a whole other animal, and it's got its controversies, so we'll be taking a look at Smart Play on this channel. I do have one of the Smart Play sets that we'll be looking at on Star Wars Week, or sooner, because I really, really want to see how the Smart Play stuff works out, so I may not be able to wait all the way till Star Wars Week. That's still almost 2 months away, so if I'm impatient, we may look at Smart Play even sooner than Star Wars Week. I got the tape cut, so let's open it and get our bags organized here. There should be 11 numbered bags in this set. Wow, we're making a mess here. And here's our little quick play guide. It just shows how to use the Mario figure. The earliest Mario waves did not come with full instructions. They expected you to go into either the building app or the PDF instructions. They do print. They do give you printed instructions for the more recent Mario waves. I think starting with when they did the Donkey Kongs. I'm not sure exactly when they started doing the printed instructions for Mario. But way back in the early waves, they only had the quick start guide. You're expected to go online for the instructions. So now let me get this pile of numbered bags organized. So that was 11. Oh, good. There is, in fact, a brick separator in here. I had put my brick separators away. I didn't actually have one out. And this is an older set. So the box was probably sitting in somebody's storage for a while before making its way to me from eBay. So obviously we still have the old plastic style bags for this. We'll only be seeing the newer paper style bag for new sets. So we won't see those on any of the old. We might see them for some of the newer Mario sets that we haven't built yet, but not for any of the legacy Mario sets. And with that, bag 1 is the only bag in front of us. And now that we've cleared the table, we can bring in the stars of the show. I do have my Mario interactive figures, and I did test them. Their batteries still work. They'll be getting their annual battery change, probably in the next few weeks sometime. So they're lined up and ready to test the interactions. I think what we'll do is when we see individual tiles, we'll let Mario and Luigi test them, and then we'll let Peach play the level at the end. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be whoever I happen to grab. So you can see bag 1 is ready to go. We have the separator. And like most Mario sets, it looks like bag 1 is just going to be the first enemy character. Let's pull up the instructions over here and get right into it. So yeah, the delay of getting things going on my stream was totally due to me finally getting involved in the temple community, so that's a good thing. And I think I'm going to volunteer seasonally at specific events rather than becoming a full-time temple volunteer year-round like my brother does. He's on the stream crew for the temple, so he's on the rotation. And he's on call for a lot of temple events. But they do have another event coming up in May that I've already volunteered for. So you can see here what the bags are going to do. So the first couple bags are going to be characters and tower pieces. Then we have 5 bags that make up the main structure, and then the final bag is going to be Bowser himself. So let's open bag 1 and build our dry bones. And you'll notice no stickers. Most of the Mario sets don't have stickers. They did introduce stickers to Mario sets when the Mario Kart sets started coming out last year. So the Mario Kart sets do have stickers, but the regular Mario uh, do not. Here's our brick separator for today. We'll set that over here. Before I get too far into this, let me check something real quick. I want to make sure I log this set as in hand so that I can do easier. I inventory my sets after I build them. I'm just checking to make sure this one is ready to go after the stream. Yeah, we're good to go. Let me pull the instructions back up and let's actually get into it for real. So we have our separator on standby in case we need it. And dry bones is basically a skeletal Koopa Troopa. We've actually built all these enemy types multiple times before in the past. But yeah, with only 7 Mario streams left before we run out of Mario sets to build that have been released. There's a couple supplemental sets that I won't be doing on stream just because logistically it's going to be a nightmare to try and do so if I was to stream them. And that would be the character packs, but those I am planning to still get and do off stream because a couple of the characters are exclusive to those packs, but I'm not going to be doing those on stream. There's been a nice assortment of various character figures. I like the Mario brick built character style. As usual, if I stop talking for a while, that just means I'm concentrating on the build. So the kids who were in this production at the temple that my brother and I were involved in, they were really talented and amazing. I think it's cool to finally be associated with the kids at the temple. The temple's future is in good hands, I'll say that much. And then we went to the cast party this past weekend, and it was fun seeing everyone just singing along with all the songs, including the ones they weren't actually in. There's there was so much leftover food that the director was begging all the adults to take the food home. So here's our first Mario interactive scan tile for this evening. It's the jump target for the Dry Bones character. Let's go ahead and attach the shell to the back of his body now, like that. And here's our completed Dry Bones. And let's go ahead and try them out. So you have to hit him twice. Dry Bones is a 2-hit kill enemy. Let's see if you can see the screen. You can kind of see the screen now. Remember before the move, how the screen was washed out? You can kind of see it now. Watch. You can see the Dry Bones collapsing on Mario's little video screen there. See? That's cool. It's cool that we can finally see what the figure animations on camera. All right. Let's set Dry Bones over here. As usual, we'll set the enemy characters on this side and the heroes on this side to watch the build. Oh, did I show off the close-up of Dry Bones? So bag 2 is going to start with our Lava Bubble character. So yeah, there he is. Pretty nice figure there. Let's go ahead and get bag 2 open up. Bag 2 looks like Lava Bubble and our first bits of scenery. And I only have the one table today, so I'll make do with the space around me as best as I can for holding on to things that would be clutter when trying to build bigger things. Okay, Lava Bubble's almost done. Most of the smaller enemies go together pretty quickly. Alright, that looks like it's the Lava Bubble. So, Luigi, you're up to do a test here. So, Lava Bubble is going to be, there's the scan tile, and there's the Lava Bubble. He's a one-hit kill, but if you touch the fiery sides, then you take damage and get stunned instead of killing it. But if you jump on the tile side, you get your one shot and your coin. So now it looks like we're building some kind of scenery base structure here. Oh, I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna need to take an unplanned bio break after this. I'm really not ready for a bio break yet. I could go to the halfway point, but one of my skin sores appears to be leaking. So I want to get that cleaned up before we get too far into this. So we'll take a very quick bio break when we finish this bag, because I don't like breaking in the middle of a parts pile. Alright, so here's some kind of jumping platform. I'll set that aside till I know what I need it for. And now we're going to start building. It looks like we need 2 copies of this wall section here. We are going to do some Lego Star Wars in the next few months as well, even though I don't really have any in the queue right now. There's a couple retired sets I want to add to my collection. And as long as I can pull the budget for it, I have a very special retired Lego Star Wars set to do that I want to do Star Wars week. Again, only if I can come up with a budget for it. But I have a month and a half, so it's not totally outside the realm of possibility. I also have a Lego Disney stream in the queue, as well as a Lego Harry Potter stream in the queue. First one on this channel. I have a couple Lego Harry Potter sets in my collection, but I didn't stream them, so this will be, when I do my Harry Potter stream, it'll be the first Lego Harry Potter stream that I've done on the channel. And I do have a 3-part Jurassic expansion ready to go. And I have the whole Animal Crossing series that I have planned to do a 4-part stream on during the spring. And of course, the wish list continues to have a bunch of cool stuff on it as well. So we'll see what the next few months bring. But definitely lots of Lego. Like I said, I do want to get back into the gaming streams as well. We're long overdue for Morrowind. And we haven't done that in a while. And it was one of the highlights of my channel for the first couple of years. And of course, music. I've been talking a long time about bringing music back to the channel, and I finally have the means to do so. So that's coming up soon too. I want to do my technical music setup stream. I want to do that as a stream, and you can see a little bit of behind the scenes, how we do things on this channel, behind the scenes, in preparation for streams. I think that would be cool to show behind the scenes a little bit. Here's one of our wall pieces. Let me go ahead and do this last page of the wall instructions on the other copy of the wall, and then we will go ahead and move on. There's the other wall. Ooh. It looks like we have one other bit of scenery to build here. So yeah, Lego is going to continue to be one of the primary focuses on my channel, but like it has been for a little while. But in addition to Lego, we're going to be bringing the gaming and music back. If the last few months have taught me anything, I just can't put a specific time frame on anything anymore. This is only my third stream of 2026, and we're already 2.5 months into the year, so hopefully I can pick things up more regularly over the next couple weeks. Probably not this week, because like I said, we're having furniture moved this weekend, the last bit of the furniture from the apartment, so we'll be occupied for most of the rest of the week. We're going to do our regular Saturday stream, because Saturdays we'll actually be celebrating my streamiversary, which is technically on Thursday or Friday, but you know I don't do Friday streams, so something like a streamiversary, a milestone like that, I like to be a weekend Saturday stream, so we'll probably be here on Saturday or Sunday, because I think the moving truck is Saturday, but I think that's early in the day. We'll see how I want to play it out. Oh, cool. So we got some flame pieces going on. I've never seen this shape of flame piece before. I think it's a Ninjago shape. And then we go into bag 3. So these plates must be for the combination at the end. So let me set these other long plates aside, and I'll show you this little bit of scenery we just made, and we'll go from there. So we made this little platform with torches and a platform in the middle. The red plate represents lava. If Mario, Luigi, or Peach steps on red, they will be burned and stunned. And actually, I've noticed that because if you press your finger too hard, it turns reddish. If you put your finger up directly against the sensor on the bottom of the figure, it'll interpret that as getting burned. It'll interpret your finger as lava. Watch. You see that? It interprets the human finger as lava. Anyway, bag 3. Oh, I said I want to go wipe the sore real quick. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. This isn't a full bio break. This is me just wiping up a sore so that I don't bleed all over the Lego. Okay, let's move on to bag 3. So it looks like bag 3 looks like two copies each of two tower sections. When we do my stream anniversary this weekend, I'm going to show you a Lego set that I built off stream, because it was too big a set to even attempt to do on stream. If I can get the camera on it, I mean, this thing's like a museum piece as big as it is. Maybe I won't be able to show it. We'll see. Let me set these 4 tower bits aside, because they're just going to get in the way. Alright, let's keep going. So the bag 3 is going to be just two 2X's, it looks like. Now I know I'm doing the 1 table setup, even though this is a set that probably calls for the 2 table setup. With the our preparations for the movers this weekend, I actually have most of my table. I've only been allotted 3 of the tray tables, and 2 of them are occupied right now. Oh, what am I doing? Wait, this is a 2X, so I do the whole page. Then I do on every copy, and then I turn the page to continue. It's more efficient than building the whole thing up once and then building the whole thing up again. Is just to build both copies as you go when there's a 2X. And one retired set I want to get actually has some 18X sections that are pretty big. So I'm probably not going to build that one on stream. Cool. So these towers have a bit of a lava flow effect. So here's a close-up on what this tower section looks like with a lava flow coming out of it and pointy top there. We're going to set these aside and we will proceed with, it looks like another 2x, but it looks like this 2x is just one piece, so let's go on to the next page and start these for real. You know what? It's a 3x build. I'm just going to go ahead and build all 6 of these before proceeding. I think it'll be quicker to have all 6 of these little bits ready to go. We're about 40 minutes into stream, so I think we're making pretty good time. Again, I don't really care about stream length or how fast we're going. We're here for the whole build. I just think it's good to keep estimates and metrics, so. Okay, we have our 6 little units. So let me go ahead and start adding them. I think that's roughly even. This will probably be the last spotty week, although for sure I'll be streaming. If not Saturday, then on Sunday for sure, because I do want to make sure my streamiversary gets celebrated on a weekend day. I have a really special Lego set planned for that. Looks like we're almost done with bag 3 here. These towers get a little Bowser flag on top. We've seen this before on the exit tiles in the starter sets for ending a level run. The tile you jump in to end the timer and cash out your coins. So here's what the two towers look like. Here's a close-up. They're identical. You can see that really nice Bowser flag on top. And again, they're both identical there. So now we go into bag 4. Okay, bag 4 doesn't look like there's too much going on. It looks like it's got this platform, so let's build up this platform and see what it does. Because this looks like it's going to be an action feature, because it's got other platforms on it. And we've seen enough Mario sets to make a prediction that when you see platforms like that, there's probably action to be had. There are several retired sets on my list of things I want to get, but I want to focus on what I can get from the LEGO website from my wish list first. So it's probably going to be another few months before we really get to start looking at the retired sets on my list. I'm trying to juggle the retired sets with the available sets so that I do a little bit of everything that I want to do. I wonder what these door frame pieces are for. Caught that piece, didn't let it yeet off the table. It almost yeeted off the table, but it didn't. So yeah, there have been other Bowser castles. There's been Dry Bowser's Castle, a Mario Kart Bowser's Castle, and a newer version of Bowser's Castle as well. As well as a number of other Bowser's boss battle locations. But this was the original. We actually did the Dry Bowser Castle previously on this channel. I think last summer we did that. Okay, so this platform goes into here. Oh, did I put the wrong platform up? It says the one with the studs is supposed to go on this side. Easy fix though. And like the towers before, this tower also gets a little lava flow out of its window. So let's get this lava flow put together. And that goes in there like that. So here's this tower. And it's got this moving platform, one side with studs, one without. So it'll be interesting to see what this does when we put the whole castle as a whole together. Alright, we'll set that aside. So it looks like bag 5 is going to be one more action tower, and this action tower looks like it's going to have Boo on it. I have a couple Boos in my Mario collection. I have all 3 of the older King Boos. And there's one more King Boo in one of the Mario Kart sets that I haven't... Wave 2 of Mario Kart, which came out last summer. I built the whole Wave 1 of Mario Kart, which came out last spring. But I haven't done any of the Wave 2 Mario Kart sets yet. There's 4 of them. So after this, I have 6 more Mario streams in the build queue, and a lot of other Lego as well after that. So Lego is not slowing down on this channel. Although a lot of the wish list I've had to delay because with the moving truck coming through, we gotta move the piano. And I've been told that I'm responsible for paying for the piano to be moved because it's my piano. Fair enough, but that's gonna be a couple $100 for that move. So my my planned March Lego budget has become non-existent. But like I said, lots of stuff in the build queue. So I have plenty of Lego to keep me busy, even if it's months before I can buy anything new to the queue. Okay, so we're putting a gear in. That can only mean one thing. Action feature coming up. Okay, those are some gear pieces I've never seen before. It'll be interesting to see how this tower section develops. We're definitely building something with action, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see what it actually ends up doing once fully assembled. Okay, these go in like this. Okay, so it's a little bit of a turntable mechanism going on. Don't know why it needs to be this whole big fancy thing and not just a regular turntable, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Sometimes Lego does surprise with the action features, so we'll see what this is meant to do as we build it here. Let me see. Is that the specific amount it's calling for? I think. I hope. Okay, so if I turn this one, that one, the axle turns. So let's keep going with the build here. Okay, so it looks like this tower is finally starting to come together. The one platform turns the other platform. We just have to see what that actually means for the action of the level. This tower has not revealed all its secrets yet, but the main motion looks to be assembled. Oh, I think I have a misalignment in here somewhere. According to the picture, everything should be lining up straight, so that's better. I hope I can get that to stay as is. Meanwhile, let's reassemble that bit there. Alright, I think I'm in alignment with the picture now. Hey, it looks like this next section we're going to put on the tower, this next platform, does have an action tile. So I think let's finish building the tower, and then we'll be able to check out this tile here. You can see this tile has a gear icon on it, or a rotation icon on it. So this one probably plays music, because a lot of the tiles with motion on them play music. Let's just keep going with the build, and we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so it's a turning platform. We'll see what the action is meant to be later. And like the other towers, this one also gets a lava flow. And I think Boo is meant to attach this tower, so I'm not going to set it aside just yet. But here's the tower as it looks like now. Lava flow on the front. The gears on the back for controlling it, and the platform on top. My guess, Boo inserts into this side with a hole, and the figure is meant to ride this side with the tile. Let's keep going with the build and see if we can figure this out for sure. And the next bag is 6, and bag 6 actually starts us on the main portion of the castle, the main castle structure. I had things lined up, but they became knocked off set again. So I'm not sure what's going on now. I have to realign everything again, unfortunately. Wow, I've totally broken things. I can't even get this to go into the bottom there. I need to realign this with the original gear. There's always one point in every build where something goes wrong and we have to reset. I don't know why I can't get this to line up properly. Okay, so that needs to be perfectly straight when I drop this section on. Okay, so that bit is straight now. This section needs to be dropped on while I maintain the straightness of that section. Because once I press this in, this section will engage into that section. Okay, that's pretty straight. Now this section, Oh wait, before I can put that section on, we have to put these window bits back on. And then I can come here and put this piece back on. And then this piece can come back in. And then this piece should line up. Okay, that piece is lining up so far. Now we put these little bits back in. It's lining up mostly straight now, so I should be able to attach this section now. I think. Oh, I forgot. That was not supposed to happen. I forgot to put this little bit back in. So once this bit goes back in, then I should be able to attach this bit, and we should be able to proceed with the build. Yeah, that bit went right on. So I think we're good to continue at this point. So there's the tower. Let's put Boo together. And this is just a standard small Boo. Like I said before, I have multiple King Boos. I've always found Boo to be one of the more interesting Mario monster characters. Okay, there's Boo's scan tile. And there's Boo as a whole unit. Cool little face on there. And that's what it looks like from the side. You can see his little pudgy little useless arms there. And it shows him clipping onto the bar like this on that tower, over that tower. So let's check it out real quick. Okay, so you can't jump on Boo. He scares you. And the platform does play music. It plays suspense action music. I guess you just turn this platform with Boo. We'll play around with that more later, with the castle as a whole. But for now, let's take Boo off. We'll set the tower aside. And Boo can watch the build with the other minions here. And now we're going to begin work on the main unit itself. So it looks like bag 6 is going to be the base of the castle. Looks like there's a lot of big pieces going on in bag 6. Some Technic framework pieces as well. When you see Technic in a system build, it's there for one of two reasons. Either making sturdy bases and frameworks, or setting up an action feature. Because Technic connections are stronger than regular system brick clutch. Lots of red for the lava around the castle. So first we're looking for this big orange plate there. I think this is the one it's referring to. And we're just going to go from there. We're about an hour and 20 into stream. We're at about the halfway point where we're about to begin the main castle structure. We've done the side towers, and now we're going into the main castle structure. And where is this red? There it is. I probably should have made arrangements to do the 2 table setup now that I'm seeing how this is going to go, but we've done bigger sets with 1 table before. The whole Diddy Kong minecart set, that was done before I had a 2 table setup. And that was probably a lot bigger of a spread than this is going to be, so I think we'll be okay. You just have to be careful is all. Okay. So this goes on here like this. So we've got 3 of the 4 characters in the set, but as we saw at the beginning of the instruction manual, we won't get the final character, Bowser himself, until the final bag after the castle is done. Okay, where's that other piece? Did it get stuck behind in the bag? No, nothing's in the bag here. Did it fall? I don't see anything on the floor. Did it go under something? There it is. Found it. All right, we seem to be going back on track now, which is good. I think we'll be due for an actual bio break either after this bag or the next one. Let's see how I feel when I finish this bag, but I think I need to stretch soon, so we have been going about an hour and a half. Excuse me. So yeah, it looks like the main frame isn't going to be too terrible. It'll be tight quarters when building, but we should be able to fit the whole castle, completed castle on the table without too much issue. Shouldn't be too hard to make an exit scene when it's time to raid out. So yeah, I think we'll take the break after this bag. When this parts pile finishes and it tells us to go to bag 7, we're going to take a stretching break. I don't need to go up and get water, but I do need to stretch. We'll take a few minutes, however long we need for health. It's important to take health breaks, bio breaks, uh, periodically during a long stream. Okay, we're almost there for this bag at least. So this bag looks like it was the castle foundations and framework. It's not recognizable as anything yet, but it should be soon. Okay, we missed some pins somewhere, obviously. But this is all system stuff back here. Okay, so we have some pins left over. Let's carefully set these aside and see what happens with these pins later on. So it looks like bag 7, we're going to start to build up some of the castle facade here onto these foundations. But let's take a quick break first. And I'll turn this to face the way it is in the instructions, so I can see what I'm doing. Bag 7 is on the table, ready to go. And we will take a very quick break here. I'll be back in a minute. We're about a minute and a half into the stream. I mean, an hour and a half. So we're an hour and a half into stream. Actually, about an hour 40. But if you count the talking time, that was almost exactly 10 minutes at the beginning of stream. So we've been building for an hour and a half. I think we're making good time with this set, considering its size. You can see just how big the castle is going to be based just on this framework and the towers we built earlier. So let's open up bag 7 and keep going. All right, let's just keep going with this now. So yeah, it looks like we're starting up the castle facade right now. There's been a wide variety of really interesting level and scenario Mario builds over the last few years. But as I said before at the beginning of the stream, this one was the very first boss, the very first version of a boss battle that they've done in Lego Mario. All right, looks like we're putting in some more Technic, which means probably another action feature is coming up shortly. Did I leave enough? Yeah, that looks right. Okay. There we go. I'm not sure why it's not connecting securely. There, I think that's it. I think we got it. Let me check those connections and make sure everything is tight on all sides here. Before we continue, you want to make sure all your connections are secure, and it looks like we are, so I guess we can continue now. Okay. Sorry I'm not talking much. When I stop talking, it means I've temporarily run out of things to talk about, and it allows me to focus on the build for greater build efficiency for a few minutes. All right, assembly time. So it looks like we're building up a drawbridge section for the castle facade here. Oh, it looks like we have a spammer. Let's block the spammer. The spammer has been eliminated. Let's keep going. So I do want to get the music going. I do want to get the games going, particularly the pinball series I was talking about. So probably next week is when the stream is going to start picking up speed again for real. I know I've been saying that, but I hope it can be next week. The regular streaming's been on hold for too long since we've come here. I need to get back to it. And Lego will continue to be my main thing, but I want to get the gaming and music going again too. And I want to try and get at least one Morrowind stream in this month, because it's been like a year or two since I've done Morrowind on the channel, and that's supposed to be my main computer game, so I definitely want to get Morrowind back onto the channel semi-regularly. We mainly do mod shenanigans in Morrowind, but I still want to have some. There we go. Got that secured in. So this goes down like this. I think. Is it supposed to go flatter? It might. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we have some bits of an incomplete action feature going on the back end here of the drawbridge. I guess we'll solve that in the next bag and see how this whole section works as a whole as we continue to build it up. There we go. There. Okay, bag 8. We just hit the 2-hour mark of stream. We've got 3 more bags left to finish this castle, and then 1 more bag with the main guy himself. So 4 more bags total left to build here. I'm predicting we're going to hit 3.5 hours for tonight's stream. I am trying to be done by midnight. Hopefully we can succeed with that. Because at midnight, it becomes no longer Mario Day, so... I mean, it really doesn't matter, but... since most of the build was on the evening of Mario Day. And for a few time zones, it will still be Mario Day for 3 more hours after that, so... let's keep going. Just see something real quick. Alright, so with this bag we'll be covering over more of the facade, more of the structure, and filling in some more of the detail. This time for the front end of the castle setup. I'm guessing the last 2 bags are going to be for the big Bowser statue that makes up the back end of the castle. So it looks like we have 2 turntable bases. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of action feature that's going to go on with this end of the castle here. Mario is all about the action features and the interactive tiles. this isn't showing any connection points in the picture. So maybe it's meant to just sit over like this. Yeah, it sits over here like this, and then has this axle going down the middle to lock it in. A timer box. This one also has an action tile. I think this adds more seconds to your time limit when you're playing the game. Yeah, it's not going to do anything unless the timer's going. And my starter sets are packed away and I can't get to them right now. So this is basically a dead block for tonight. We won't be able to, when we do our run through of the level, we won't be able to activate this block. Oh, I didn't actually show the block. Hold on. So this is the time block. And this is the little scan code. And what this does is it adds extra seconds to the timer when you're playing the timed game. But like I said, we can't do that tonight. Ooh. I almost yeeted the bad guys off the table. Are they really bad guys if they're just following their orders, though? Really? And we've actually seen lava in a couple sets. We've seen lava bubble in a non-enemy context, where lava bubble actually is the flame that heats up Princess Peach's hot air balloon. All right, so this platform is just about locked in and secure. It looks like this one's going to get a regular question mark item block. So this one gives you a random item. is. So yeah, the regular item box, this one is working. And it gives you a random item, either 1 coin, 10 coins, a super mushroom. I think it can give you an invisibility star. I think that's all it can give you. I'm not 100% sure. Let's keep going with the build now. Okay. So now it looks like we've got to build a bunch of these little platforms. Looks like this is going to be a trapped bridge segment, but we'll see when we actually put this onto the castle. And then a couple brackets to hold that big axle in place. I'd say this castle is coming together nicely. I mean, it's still just a glorified entrance area. Well, most of the Lego Mario structures are just a front facade without much of an interior. There's a few, like the Haunted House and the Peach's Castle, that do have little interiors. The Donkey Kong treehouse also. Looks like we're building another little gear section here. Okay, so this gear goes under this little bridge section here. It looks like we have another little gear section here. Looks like this one has a tile. Here's another tile with rotational arrows. So this one probably also plays music or a sound effect. So it plays suspenseful boss music, this rotational platform. It also moves this other platform across and shakes these bridge planks here. So it'll be interesting to see how that whole feature's meant to play out. And then we add these flames alongside that moving red platform there. So we have some flames on. And did I miss tiles again? Shoot. Nope, these tiles are not showing up in the instructions for this section, so I have to assume that they're in the next bag. Okay, bag 9. So keep the tiles, and I'll move off the rest of the spares. In fact, it looks like bag 9's instructions are starting with these 2 long tiles. So let me go ahead and attach them real quick. And then I'll open up bag 9 and proceed with the build as intended. So bag 9, it looks like, is going to be the rest of the castle exterior. And then bag 10 looks like it's going to be the big Bowser statue. And then bag 11 is going to be the Bowser himself. Looks like we're starting with what looks like a one arm of the Bowser statue here. I must have run out of stuff to talk about again. Sorry about that. But at least it's enabling me to focus on the build. I don't want to take too much more of your time tonight, so it's good to focus. There's lots of these little one-by-one spiky bits. That's something that's going to happen anytime Bowser's involved in something. Oh, I just put that on the wrong side because this whole section was oriented incorrectly. The separator pulled that section right off, but dropped it on the, yeeted it onto the floor. Wow, it's actually the same section. I could have left it on. If I had known that, I would not have popped that other section off, but whatever. In fact, this is one section that probably should have been done as a 2x. Wow, that's a nice little bulky Bowser arm here. So this is a Bowser arm that's going onto the statue here. Okay, so that one hangs over the box there, the timer box. So I guess Mario's supposed to jump there and knock the arm out of the way to access the timer. So I'm guessing when we build the arm for the other side of the castle, that's going to cover the mystery box in the same way. And Mario has to jump hard for his power-ups. All right, let's keep building. Ooh, I've scattered. Looks like the castle is scattering the minions again. That's all right though. Pretty soon we'll be able to arrange the minions around the castle and actually play the level. We still got a bit to go with the build first though. Sorry, I ran out of stuff to talk about again. Well, I'm dropping a lot more pieces than usual today. Almost there with this side. Just a little bit left to go. Two more bags after this one. And then it'll be time to end our Mario Day celebration. I think I'm estimating about 3.5 hours. We're at 2 3/4 hours now. And with that, Bowser's other arm is placed. And you can knock that one out of the way to get to the mystery box. Okay, and this thing looks like it's meant to connect the two, so that's going to add a new dynamic to this interaction as well. Let me see if I can get these connected. With this linkage connected up, it's going to change the dynamic of the whole interaction, I think. Yeah, because that's going to link up to the bridge mechanism there. Actually, this is an unrelated mechanism, but this is what holds the bridge straight. So, let's see. Still not entirely sure how that interaction is supposed to go. These you jump on to do this, but that has... So that actually raises the bridge if you move the arms to get to the boxes. So there is some raising the bridge going on by interacting with those arms now. Let's get bag 10. Bag 10 is the last bits of the castle. And then bag 11 is the big man Bowser himself. know what? It's been 2.5 months since we worked on our Card Shop Tycoon game. We may as well continue that up on a gaming stream soon too, as well. And of course, we got to bring back Morrowind. And maybe even some Star Trek Online. That was a fun one. Okay, where's that other piece? It doesn't help that this whole parts pile is like 2 colors. You want to torture a Lego fan? Give them a parts pile that's all one color and tell them to look for a very specific piece amongst a sea of similarly shaped but not quite exact pieces. That's how you torture a Lego builder. I've got parts of the show we did stuck in my head. That's been a little distracting through this build, but what can you do? It was a fun time. So yeah, I think we're gonna, in addition to the keyboard piano streams, we might do some guitar, self-teaching piano and guitar streams, as well as some karaoke streams coming up here. Definitely want to, now that we're in a bigger space and I have my instruments set up, I definitely want to start bringing in the music. If the minions are getting knocked around, just let them get knocked around. We're almost done here. I am also starting to get tired, but I definitely have enough to finish this build, so we're just not going to do any bonus builds tonight. We still have 6 whole Mario streams left in the build queue for the next couple months. And after that, we will build all the Mario sets, or all the Mario level sets, except one. But that one is kind of redundant, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get it or not. It's a different version of a set that they did a different version of again, so it's kind of redundant. That set does have a character that's still, after all this time, exclusive to that one set. So I may still do it, and I may still get it and do it as an off-stream build. We'll see how I feel about it later. I'm going to stretch after this bag, but I'm not leaving the computer desk area. We're not doing a break. But I do need to stretch before we go into the last bag. Okay, yeah, this is going well. Wow, we're getting through this parts pile pretty quickly. The castle itself will be done soon. And really, it's not much of a castle, it's just a facade, like most of the Mario buildings. this supposed to line up exactly? I'm guessing in line with those. I'm just looking over the alignment real quick. I think I got it. If it's wrong, we'll fix it when the error becomes obvious. But I think I got it. Excuse me. Wow, okay. Something fell. Let me get this on and then I'll see what it was. You know what? Since I had to get up to pick up that piece, we may as well do a quick stretch now. And that way we can just go straight through to the last bag. Once I finish this last few pieces of this pile here. Alright, I think I'm good to finish now. And the minions are no longer in perfect formation. But I guess we can just say they're getting excited. Because their leader is going to arrive shortly. There's one of his eyes, I think. One of the statue eyes. Yeah. And here's the other statue eye. Let me just look at it head on. Yeah, it's looking pretty straight. So there. You can see the face of the castle now. It looks like now we're just building up his horns, and then we will be done with the castle itself. I just bumped the eye out of alignment. These last little bits of the horn, and we are done with our little Bowser, or big Bowser statue at the back of the castle there. So now we have our whole castle assembly. We still got to figure out how the interactions work, but we can do that after the instructions tell us where on this whole assembly to put Bowser. We're going to get instructions for assembling the castle as a whole with all those towers we did earlier. But first, we have to build the big man himself. Bowser and Donkey Kong are the two most complex brick-built Mario characters in terms of piece count. But Bowser is a step above Donkey Kong. But both of them are pretty advanced. We are into the final bag of the night, but we'll be on it for a while. And let's set this big shell piece aside, because otherwise it'll get in the way. That just slipped out of my fingers, but at least it didn't go on the floor. So this set represents the very first appearance of Bowser across the Lego version of Mario. Bowser has since appeared in a few other sets, including the Dry Bowser variant. Actually, Bowser was the very first character I built from the Lego Mario series. All the way back on that first stream with Peach. let's focus. Because I really am starting to feel tired now. So let's get Bowser built so we can get the castle together. It's going to be a little bit over 3.5 hours because we're at 3 hours 10 now. It's going to take us a while to build Bowser. And then another little while to go through the level. And since Mario and Luigi had all the practice interactions, we're going to go ahead and let Peach do the actual level playthrough at the end. Okay, yeah, I'm a little focused right now because I'm trying to speed this build along a little bit. Because like I said, I am starting to get tired. Technically there's no time limit, but I was crashing pretty hard earlier. I haven't been sleeping well recently because my mattress decided to take a leak. And I finally found the hole, and I tried to patch it yesterday, but the tape wasn't strong enough and we don't have the correct tape. So I think I'm in for at least one more night of the bed going flat on me while I sleep and then waking me up in the middle of the night. So let's just get Mario done and we'll see what the night brings. Meanwhile, let's enjoy the rest of this build while it lasts because we're not doing any bonus builds tonight. Once Bowser's done, we're going to set up the level, play through the level, and then call it a night. Well, obviously we're going to try and find someone to raid. But even that's going to be spotty, I think, because a lot of my regular streamers have dropped off in their regularity recently. And one of my regular late night streamers is pretty much on indefinite hiatus and is apparently is apparently dealing with some long-term family issues. So I don't even have my normal fallback. We'll just see who's there when it's time to raid out. For now, let's focus on Bowser. And the spiky motif on his body begins with that little bit there. One of those little one by one pyramid spikes that's pinches the fingers when you try and put it on. No matter, let's keep going. So, I've done the Bowser build. This will be my third time. And I know one more set that I have has another Bowser figure in it. So I'll have to do this build one last time before we're done with the Mario sets. Probably after stream, I'm probably going to watch the show video because I haven't actually watched the recording of our show yet. I mean, I did at the cast party with everyone else, but everybody was singing along at the cast party. So I haven't actually watched the video just to watch it yet. But it would be cool to watch it off book without all the singing along and just enjoy it as a spectator rather than somebody focused on cues who was working the show. But it went surprisingly well considering how chaotically the dress rehearsal ended in disruption and chaos and community emergency. Um, the show itself went off pretty much perfectly. There were a couple of hiccups from the soundboard, but nothing that could have been predicted during rehearsal because everything was checked before the show. So, in terms of cue running, everything went off perfectly. And when the sound did cut out, soundboard was on top of getting it fixed. So, not too many issues. And I'll definitely be participating again next year. at the cast party, they were uh, they were handing out the leftovers to like all the adults because all the kids had left already, and they didn't want all the food to get thrown out. So we actually brought home 2 pizzas and a big chunk of cake, which we had for dinner last night. Okay, his face is starting to come together now. I don't know how much of what I'm doing is on camera and how much went behind the instructions. So sorry about that, but I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, where's that other piece? There it is. Wow. We're almost there in terms of his face. We still have to add his arms and his shell, though, before he's complete. Oh, lots of little tiling to do before the face is complete. Okay, so this goes onto this aligns with the body. How? I think like this. So now we got to build his arms next. Okay, other arm. I know I haven't really been showing you the figure. We'll take a good look at him when I finish the build. And then we'll assemble all the bits of the level and play it out. Yeah, it's 3.5 hours now, so we didn't quite make it in 3.5 hours, but we're almost done with the Bowser build, so by the time we build the level and play the level and raid out, it'll be probably a little bit closer to 4 hours. Still not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. There is no time limit when we do Lego here. Okay, time to prepare the shell. And then we will be done building once the shell is assembled. And with the shell assembled, we can jump on that tile and figure out how many hits he will take once we're playing. That'll help us get ready to play the level. Ten hits. But if we can activate an invincibility star, it becomes a one-hit kill. When you have the invincibility star active, all enemies become single hit. Okay, so Bowser is together. There he is. Okay. Let's see if we can get this level put together now. I'm going to start by taking off the brick separator, which we no longer need. And I'm going to set the characters off to the side real quick. And we will bring the main castle unit back. And we will start assembling the rest of the castle area. We are going to need these plates. So it looks like these plates go on down here. Okay, yeah, so these two long plates attach here. And then we get this. One of the towers went down. Okay, fixed it. So it looks like this one goes here. And it gets one of the flag towers on top. And then over on this side, the Boo Tower. Am I breaking things? I hope I'm not breaking things. But Boo is supposed to be on this side of the platform. It's okay if it's not perfect, but I need it to be at least close to the picture in order for things to work as they should, so. Things are out of alignment here. That's okay. There's nothing I can do about it. And it shows Boo being attached onto there. With another one of these towers on top. Yeah. So yeah, with things out of alignment, that's really gonna look broken. Or maybe not broken, but not quite right either. So it's not perfect, but I don't feel like reassembling that whole tower again, so let me just pull down the rest of our little sections here, and then we will, that'll make it a bit easier if everything's in front of me ready to go. So little facade towers in the front, mainly just decorative for these. And another little plate. And then our little flame platform. And then I guess a little entranceway. Okay, well that's all the sections. And then it shows to put Bowser on the main bridge. So he goes there. And we get dry bones onto his little platform here. And the lava bubble goes on this front little platform, blocking the entrance to the level. And that's the end of the instruction book. We'll play the level, but let's see who is available to raid here. Oh, a bunch of people are on. But the musicians aren't doing music tonight. What's the... Oh, Becca's on. She's a good music show. I don't feel like doing New Discovery for a raid, so I guess we'll go. Let me make sure she's not getting ready to quit, and then we will play the level and raid out. Let's see. The stream has been going on. Becca's stream has been going on for. It's loading. Only about an hour. I think that's a safe raid. We'll raid Becca Della Soul tonight. But first, we got to play the level. So, I'm going to have to orient the table like this in order to play this level, because you can see just how big and expansive the level is. And I just sent Lava Bubble flying. In order to get the whole thing on camera, in order to get the whole level portion on camera, we'll probably be cutting off the top of the Bowser statue's head, unless I move the table back a little bit. No, we would have to move it forward. We'll have to do slightly in profile, I think, like this, in order to get as much of the level as possible. Alright, that's as much of the level as I can get onto screen, so it's not going to be a perfect view. Let's reset Lava Bubble. And Mario and Luigi are just going to be clutter right now, so we'll add them into this. After we play the level, we'll put them in. We'll just make a exit view. Oh, Davis Deli just came on. He wasn't on a minute ago. He also does music. I think we're going to rate Davis, because I've really been enjoying his show. He's chill. I think you'll like him. So here's Lego Peach. So you come up to the entrance of the castle, and first you have to deal with the lava bubble. So you catapult the lava bubble. Let's pretend that we scored on that lava bubble. So we jump to the platform, and then we come onto the little spinny thing. And, well, Bowser's not doing anything. So what we want to do is we want to try and knock Bowser over. So we come across to here, and I guess, I don't know, there's no obvious paths here. But if we knock over the dry bones, we can try to come in that way. And really, I'm knocking everything onto the floor now, which is not good. So, okay, so Lava Bubble's defeated. Dry Bones is... We're going to pretend that they're defeated. So I really don't know. If you come here and assault the tower from this side... I guess the idea is you're supposed to be able to defeat the Boo as well. So let's pretend the minions are all defeated. That's cool. They're both suspenseful action music, but they're different tunes. So it's cool that there's two musics there. So now, let's knock the arms out of the way. And now that reveals the timer, which does nothing, of course, because we don't have the timer going. And I just knocked a whole bunch of the level off, so give me a moment. Let's fix things. We're just fixing things. And meanwhile, so I think raising the bridge was supposed to knock Bowser over, but it didn't. So let's pretend he was knocked over. So now, I'm gonna have Peach play the mystery box till we got the star. So we one hit killed Bowser, and Peach is now the queen of Bowser's castle. You can't see that because I've gone off the edge of the camera. Peach is now the queen of Bowser's castle because we one hit killed Bowser with the invincibility star. Alright. Let's reset things. So yeah, let's go raid Davis and get out of here for tonight. I'm just going to set the characters up front. No need to do fancy posing or whatever. So yeah, that's our Mario Day 2026. We'll probably finish all the Mario sets long in advance of Mario Day 2027. And Lego hasn't announced any new Mario releases for this year except for the big set. So I don't know what we're going to do for Mario Day 2027. We may do some retro gaming emulation. We might do some Lego custom builds. We may do one of the Lego big 18 plus sets that isn't part of the interactive Mario line. Who knows what Mario Day 2027 will bring, but this was a fun Mario Day 2026. So yeah, I think we picked a good way to celebrate for Mario Day this year. Speaking of Mario Day, I guess we should put all the villains together on this side, and we can put the heroes together here, in the front here. Let's not forget Luigi. And you know what? Will it make them look better if I turn their faces on? Why isn't Luigi turning on? Well, no, their eyes aren't really showing up, so I'll turn them off anyway. Did Lego Luigi's battery finally die? I know that they were getting ready to need a battery switch, but Lego Luigi's not turning. There he goes. His power button was just stuck, I guess. But yeah, the eyes aren't showing up on camera unless I'm looking directly at the camera. So even though we figured out that the video screens do in fact work now, when I have them at that angle, they still look like a dead white eyes. So we'll just leave them off for this exit view. So Mario, Princess Peach, Luigi, Dry Bones, Lava Bubble, Boo, and Bowser bid farewell for Mario Day 2026. Let's... Great, I've just blocked access to my keyboard. Let me see if I can type out this raid. So we're going to go to Davis Deli. He's chill, you'll like his show. We finished at just under the 4-hour mark, which was pretty much what I was predicting we would do. So when we missed the 3.5-hour mark, so we're good. This was a fun build, and it's not midnight yet, so we did finish within Mario Day. So have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you soon for another stream. Again, I don't really know the time frame at this point because everything keeps getting pushed back, but I hope that streams are going to start being more regular again in the next few weeks. Like I said, probably not this week, but we do have the stream anniversary coming up this weekend, and then I should be more regular after that. Hopefully, gaming, music, and Lego all going to be a part of the stream this spring and into the summer and the rest of the year. So have a good night, and I'll see you all soon. And let's go enjoy the Davis Deli music. And I'll see you all soon. And let's go enjoy the Davis Deli music.
What's up, Uncle E?